welcome to the broadcast. We hope.
I bet Staki Dako's Nadzo Nangalia. I know you're watching.
He does.
I'm looking forward to coming and meeting you, especially if it is. But karibuni sana. I have a kit and spikes every month or every new, some goals, but we're not putting action into every goal that we've set.
Yeah, of course, everyone has to set up their goal, maybe by even at the end of the week or at the end of the month. So I think it's natural, and also there's something I want to achieve by the time it's getting to Friday or by the time it's getting to the end of the month. So for this month of March, I also do have a couple of personal goals that I have set, and I'm hoping every month, March, April, by the end of the day, you will be able to accomplish your goals for the year because you have set them piecemeal.
That's really amazing. I don't know, what about you, Gates?
Yeah, everybody has to say they are going to do this and this and this, and I make sure maybe I've done, even if I've not completed what I wanted, at least I have tried. I can say I tried this, maybe I did 90% of what I was supposed to do, but the 10%, maybe I'll do it tomorrow.
And I think it is really amazing because it's like you're challenging yourself. You're not competing with anyone, but you're challenging yourself to do things better, of elevating and growing in life. But the quote of the day that I have is the same as I said that I had mentioned earlier, just to keep you going on this amazing day, and of course the beginning of a new month. It says that may your dreams come true, may your wishes be fulfilled, and may this month bring you reasons for celebration and a happy new month. I don't know if you guys maybe have a quote.
New month.
Happy new month too.
But I think sometimes people do say that if you're going telling people happy new month, they're like over the happy new year greetings, so they're like
yeah, because I was relating
happy new month, they're like
when I shared the quote in the morning, I related and I also told the family. I remember yesterday when you were telling us that most of the people when they approach a new month, they're still telling others that happy new year.
So you tell me happy new month, like
really, which is really crazy. But we'll be going back to some music family, and of course we have today we'll be dealing on African entertainment news and African news and entertainment across the African continent, and we have amazing things to discuss about.
But before that, I think I have a quote I need to share.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Many complain of their looks, but none of their brains.
Okay, what does that mean?
Like,
people like to talk about how they maybe they are not looking as good as they would like, but not many people complain about their brain, how dumb they are, which is it's human nature.
It's crazy. But I will be discussing the many matters, and after this short musical break, we have news and updates coming all the way from Kenya. I think today we might be mostly focused on Kenya, and because right now we know with the effect, rather what is happening in Ukraine, we know of the dangers that it comes with, rather the measurements it comes with, especially when it comes to the African economy. We know that things are going to rise high from US and Kenya making a certain deal that we'll be discussing more about. So keep it the Black Hot Network. We'll be right back after this short musical break, and this is by the one and only still this is by the Josephine Crown, and I hope that you get to enjoy this amazing jam. And she's a talented young lady and an African lady coming all the way from Nigeria still. I hope that you get to enjoy this.
It's Die Heartbeat. Never
landlord, yo. A 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 landlord, yo. Pala, nikamkeka chini na piga swala. Enda zangu bafu, kisha mambo safi. Navatini sneaker, tunavaa shati. Kisha sinaga marashi. Na kunywa kahawa nikiteremsha kaimati. Nasikia kuna mtu anapisha mlangoni. Kwenda kufungua akatoka njiani. Waka nanipenda yuko best yangu. Meta usisahau leo kuniletea madafu. Leo ni lazima, leo inanibamba.
Yes, and I can see my co-host literally don't know this song. Kwanza we Spike, so how can you not know
I do know the jam. That is major, and it's very, very similar to, Landlord and It's Good Jam that he actually made the other day. It's very, very similar with the vibe or the mood of the song.
True, and for me, I think it relates actually with what is about to happen in Africa, because right now, I remember still Kate yesterday, they will not understand if the situation is bad, or they won't even understand if, how Africa is affected, because for them, all they want is to come and collect it happens. But I've also bumped into a certain quote which was spoken by Tupac. This is in 1993, and he said that these people, they got money for wars but can't feed poor. All politicians, all our government, our operations always have money to fund when it comes to there's something happening in this sector. There is always money, there is always money being provided for every particular situation. But in Ukraine, it is totally crazy. I've just seen a certain video, and I've just seen that there was some Russian people who are threatening some Africans to shoot them, because they're trying to leave the country, which is so sad. Everything that is really happening right now, I think it is an eye-opening. And hi to you, hope you're doing great. Asante sana for joining us and to today's broadcast. But I'll get straight to the matters of the day, and I want to start with what is happening across the Nairobi. The National Traffic and Safety Authority, which is the NTCA, has launched
NTSA.
Oh, NTSA, not C. I always confuse C and S. I don't know the pronunciation is something different, but the National Traffic and Safety Authority, Cyrus Oguna, the exercise kicked off on Monday, February 28th, that was yesterday, and targets the motorists with unprescribed number plates, as well as vehicles with foreign plates without motor vehicle permits. And the NTSA officers will also be on a lookout for motorists who have additional lights on their vehicles, especially strobe lights. Yes.
Wondering, yeah.
Especially strobe lights and flashlights. Those lights we are talking. They're also targeted to operate. They're also targeted operators of illegal public services vehicle, that is the PSVs, usiku sakos, and the operators and drivers of taxi cars such as Voxy, Sienta. Is that called Sienta?
Yeah.
And the
Why are they targeting
models.
Sienta?
For me, I think one is a very good motion. Whatever is really happening around first, for me, I've not been affected. For Kate, she has. But for me, thinking
a lot from these people.
And also they are into bribes.
They are into bribes. They are not even. There was a time. It was on Monday. Yesterday during this week. So I was coming to work. I boarded a matatu. When I got around Bomas of Kenya, these people were there, and
The NTSA.
the NTSA were there. So the driver had to stop. Then he was asked, why isn't your license here? He said, I have it. And now they wanted us, all of us, to get out of the car because the driver doesn't have his license on the car here, but he has it. Then these people, when he told them, okay, I can give you this and this, they said, okay, give it to us, then you go.
That is the way that happens. I think I've seen for most cases it is a National Transport and Safety Authority to harass. These are drivers to harass the touts, to harass everyone else that is using these roads. For them, mostly it's not even about enforcing the roads or enforcing those traffic roads. Most of them, they are mostly about what they can get from these individuals. So they will come up and say, this is supposed to have been done that way, this is supposed to have been done that way. we are going to really, you know, we are going to waste a whole lot of time on the road. And, you know, instead of you having to waste a lot of time, you'll have to pay like $5, which is 500 shillings for you to be let go, or even maybe $10.
Okay, the
for you to be
NTSA
let
doesn't
go.
even take less than 1,000.
Oh, yeah,
They stay at home so that because we know our matatus are safe, they won't get arrested. And you know, when your matatu get arrested, you'll have to pay a huge amount of money. Plus, when you're out there, it's not safe because you'll need to pay a lot. What you're earning, maybe.
So that matatu to the station and ask you for a whole lot of money. Maybe like Katie is saying, $50 or like $100, or, you know, a lot of money that you're not even making within that particular day. For example, right now, you know that, you know, things are not looking any good. The economy of Kenya is not doing any good. So people are also struggling, you know, money to someone else in the evening for them to just go and pocket it, and, you know, they have done no job. You are the one who have spent the whole day toiling and go back home without nothing, or even be arrested yourself.
But for me, I did get to mention earlier, when you speak of corruption, you know, because if you are on the road operating, you as a driver, you know, especially a matatu driver, you don't even a personal car, you know that you have to work. They always have lose money 50-50, Bob, you know, 50-50, because they are ready. They know anywhere they're going to bump into a cop, they are ready. It's like we have we used to corruption in such a way. Have already also normalized giving, you know, like corrupting, you know, like also bribing people. Like, you have to do this. If you don't do this, you know, you're going to end up in trouble, and that is the bad side of the law or the government. But they have said that due to this particular, why they are performing this, you know, this matter, why they want to check up on the license, you know, they want to check if you have the, you know, the license or everything, if your car is authorized to operate on the road. This is because there are families with that without a breadwinner, orphaned children, because of a highway crashes and the emotional and financial cost of these immense. That is when it also hits my, you know, like my head of what you're saying, that they also like us to like take money from people. When you speak of lives being lost, how many killed just because you had a motorbike, and maybe because you have dreadlocks, which is totally crazy. But I think also it's safe, and again it is also safe because when you look at, like, there are people who are, as I was trying to say earlier, there are people who are operating on the road, they don't have licenses, and you know, they're also misusing, you know, the power they have, or other, because of gari, you can.
They should be apprehended. I have no doubt they should be apprehended. I do not actually also would like to see that the government is also doing something to make sure that order on the roads. But at the end of the day, the government uses this opportunity for them to make more money. You know, especially right now that there is a campaign season. The same individuals will be going out there collecting money on behalf of their bosses, and then this money is the same money that is being given back to communities for campaign. You know, what has happened with this year being an election year, you find a lot of people now thinking how to get free money. And I have seen on the continent of Africa, people want to do nothing and get money. That is why the politicians also use the same opportunity to exploit of a habit. So now, maybe the money might be taken from the roads, you know, it's given to these bosses. Some of these bosses want to buy. Also blame these traffic police, because like you said, the drivers and these touts, or the conductors, the matatu conductors, they already have like some money. They probably have $1 when they are moving around, because they know that is the money they will use to hand out, or to bribe. The lights here. The lights went out. Yeah, but we can carry on for a few.
And other news and matters. But I do hope with this particular one, Kenyans can be able to, you know, learn something, especially if you're out there and you don't have driving license. People are suffering because
imagine
the price,
double price.
Yeah, the price is double. That is the only issue. But
that's a problem.
Many people were crowded in the stage, in the bus stop. So we were fighting to get into that bus. And in the middle of that, you'll find people getting injured because people need to travel, and you have to fight to get to that car.
I would say the systems are not working, but they like it like that. The police, they will be taking advantage of the situation. Also, the National Transport and Safety Authority. I know they might be people stats that it doesn't make any sense. That is my thinking.
Well,
at the end of the day.
At the end of the day too, I hope that this will be a lesson to Kenyans. Kutembea kwa barabara ovyo ovyo na pikipiki za wenyewe.
Especially the motorbikes. I know for the motorbikes there are people who are thieves, and not all of them, but I'm saying there are people who use motorbikes for theft. You know, to go and conduct their crimes with this particular motorbike. So I would say maybe that is also happening so that they can get rid of these elements from the roads. It might be the goal. But
I really hope it works. But news and updates are coming all the way from Kenya still, and the lights are back. And this is due to China. Kenya is set to host one of the Africa's largest internet and data company, following an announcement by an international firm based in the United States. This is always the problem. When you hear the States, when you hear the EU, when you hear this is always the problem, where we cannot fund we cannot invest in our country without asking for help. This is always the problem. But they're saying that on Monday, that was yesterday, the Internet Corporation for assigned names and numbers stated that the data hub would help in increasing the internet speed in Kenya and Africa. Let me not even go further. When you look at the matters of electricity, because I did get to see that Kenya made a deal with Ethiopia, and this was regarding, they're saying that Kenya was to buy electricity from Ethiopia. This is on the mega dams. This is the River Nile Dam.
Yeah.
When you look at the matters of electricity in Kenya itself, even with the list we have right now, leave alone even what is supposed to be added, we have people who cannot be able to even get the list of what we have because one of corruption. When you speak of corruption, it's everywhere. There are some areas which have been limited. You cannot get electricity. Even if you can get it, how many mulikamwizis do we have? Like, I don't know how to call mulikamwizi.
Street lights.
Yeah, like we have so many little wires connected, in many places for people to
illegal connections.
Exactly, illegal connections everywhere, and which is also quite expensive to some people to afford. For them to just maybe use for a night or maybe use in businesses. So how are they going to make this even possible for Kenyans? Or let's say maybe if it was to be introduced in Africa at large, how is it going to reduce the price? Because right now we know things are being affected. Prices are going higher and things are just about to go higher. We speak of buses right now. The effects have already started. I have other news and updates which where the television and electronics have also gone high. I can see, even what I see Uhuru is trying to do is keeping us in more debt, and these are
the Prime Minister was saying, the President Uhuru is still very, very much capable of doing other things, even in other capacities in government. So what he was saying essentially is that they still want him of if at all Raila wins, they will find a way of giving him another position, and that is what they were doing with them coming in from Europe, and they want to invest on the continent. The problem is the legislation you have on the continent is not really to, of course, anyone coming in from the outside wants to get some favorable terms, but at the end of the day, there are terms of ownership. Most of them will not have real ownership, but there should be a way in which also the benefits are coming in, and like technology or industry right here, we should have a deal where after some years, maybe like 5 years, problem is the government, most of the time, these puppet leaders, they always do it in the favor of whomever is coming, and Kenyan people or the African people.
That is true. When we come back, we have other news and updates coming all the way from the African continent, and of course, we'll be talking more of that. This is by the one and only Star Kid, that was still.
If you love me, you should love me. If you really love me, you should give that right. Follow me, let's push this another person.
Playing right here all the way from the African continent. And the other news and updates that I wanted to talk about, but I can see Keith in the building. Thank you for joining us on to today's broadcast. And I want to talk about, we've known that the
digital,
from
we did that in 2013 in Kenya.
Yeah, it came in 2013 in Kenya. But right now we also have the DSTV, the Go TV at that particular point, right? Right now they're saying that the DSTV is going to disappoint a lot of customers coming across the African continent, and this is because of they're saying that the multi-choice owned pay TV service DSTV has attracted discontent from customers in countries including Kenya and South Africa over new restrictions introduced on its DSTV Now streaming app, and in the changes set to take effect on March 22nd, streaming on DSTV will be limited to one device at a time. So you're not supposed to, you see the way we can watch Netflix, like you have one account where you can have multiple people, like, you know,
I get you, yeah.
So you cannot like be able to be, you know, in DSTV you cannot stream like, you know, more than two people, like you're watching this, or the way you can watch Netflix and I watch it and, you know, someone else watches. Well, for instance, another is in the same household might be unable to watch cartoons or soap operas in different devices. To enjoy content on multiple devices simultaneously, you'll have to download the content for offline viewing on one of the devices. Well, I think this is a good move, but again, it is going to affect a lot of people, because I think this is where the business might go down. Yeah. Because we also have so many people in Africa who have, like, since the digitalization came into Africa,
who still watches TV.
There are people who watch TV. There are people who watch TV.
I think I know about
there are
DSTV.
people who watch TV.
The thing about DSTV, I think it's only Biomonitor is I think it's a South African company, which is really not even owned by South Africans. I think it's owned by the Mzungu. But DSTV, I would also like to ask, like, Katie, I don't think that is rich people problems, if you might ask me.
Yes.
If you go in the streets and ask how many people are worried because their DSTV is going to get blocked. Really, no one cares. If you go in the streets,
about DSTV.
if you go out in the streets,
Imagine there are
not many people.
That is when you speak of rich people's problem. Rich people right now watching Netflix, you know, either Amazon or all that.
I don't think people are much concerned, because
Really?
I know for a
They
fact that
even don't know what is happening.
Multi-Choice has not been paying its taxes in Nigeria. I don't think even it's paying its taxes in Kenya. So for me, even if it was, there are people, I would say that's rich people problem.
We have
That's
TV
rich people's
stations
problems.
which are free to air. So
Yeah, they are many free to air.
most
So
people watch them.
I'm
They
just
don't
wondering how many
care
people
about
will feel hurt. In
DSTV.
Kenya, right now, people are focused on surviving. We are talking about not being able to watch DSTV. No one really is worried about not being able to watch DSTV. It's really rich people's problems.
Yeah.
Like, if you're telling me right now that Serena is going to be shut down, so people are worried, and you ask yourself how many people are going into the Serena right now, or they even care if it's going to be shut down. That might be problematic for few rich people. If it's going to get shut down, of course, there are still other platforms where they can also get to enjoy the same services. DSTV is there.
Come again, Keith.
I said I don't think that's a big concern for African people, whether they can watch a movie on more than one device in their home.
Yeah, because people are concerned about how to get
now, even people don't have time to sit down and watch TVs.
I know, it's crazy. And even if you were to ask how many people are you worried about getting your DSTV to watch on multiple devices, they'll ask you what? Who? Who? Yeah, there are people. If you go to these are places where you do find the middle class and the upper class. Yeah, they might be concerned. They are not able to watch the cartoons and whatever. But people are much worried about the cost of ugali and the cost of fuel. You know, they are not
People
able.
mostly worry about the high food.
Yeah, and also the housing situation. Yeah,
You know
basic.
what really concerned me? That I won't be able to watch Netflix in the next room with my children.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
That would be problematic for a few. And anyhow, these are people. If it's problematic, there's the same people that are able to also subscribe to other platforms, Netflix, and watch whatever they also want to watch there. So that they are concerned their Wi-Fi and these are things are not working for them. People are concerned about their food. You know, we are in survival on the continent of Africa, which is crazy. But nonetheless, DSTV also doesn't pay its taxes. It's a company that is not even owned by Africans, and they should be worried about making it pay taxes. I think that is what the government should be worried about. Not even worried about whether they are switching to one device or to multiple devices. Would be problematic. In Nigeria,
like said, that company is owned by South African and Zulu anyway. That's on my wife for South African.
Yeah.
I'm African owns it, so I don't want to get no money to a non-African person anyway. So
in Nigeria, they have a big market for DSTV, and therefore the government held it responsible. The government found in evaded taxes, and they had to pay a lot of fines. And another company such as DSTV, which are multinationals, and also Coca-Cola, all these foreign multinationals that are not owned by Kenya, there is a way in which you also find them evading taxes. So you will find a company which is making a lot of money from Kenya, like BAT, which is the British American tobacco, and paying no taxes. Yeah, because they have paid some right.
No taxes. They own and they get to sit their wells to serve their wares to African people, collect all the money and take it out the country.
Yeah. And also the Chinese now have also found a loophole for the same. The Chinese will come up and dump their own goods here, make some money. You remember the Chinese that was abusing the president? He said Uhuru is a monkey, and he was asked, why do you want to take the monkey's money? He said, we don't care, we just want to bring the products. I said, yes, I said he's a monkey as well.
These Africans are monkeys. I don't care. They don't give us money. Exactly. That's what they see us as monkeys. That's a fact.
Yeah, he wanted the monkey's money. He doesn't care. So long as the monkey is paying, it's giving money. He doesn't really care.
Well, another matter that I wanted to talk about is when you speak of how the government can fund other things, but they can't fund, even their own people are working for their own system. Right. There is a clinical officer who has come forth and said that the government has not paid no rent. When we speak of rent, like right now we have things which are being charged at a high point. So if I'm working for the government and it's not paying me, how do you expect me to go pay rent? So when you come to, again, the African poverty, you ask yourself, why is it that we are being led to poverty? Or why so many Africans are seeking opportunities outside as much as it is not advised? It is because of such things. Because there's no way I'm working under a government institution and they're not paying me. This is so unfair. The same thing. Money is being funded in other things. The Uhuru has money to fund in terms of,
buying more cars.
Yeah, more cars. But we have, like yesterday I was speaking of the passport delays, where they're saying that the printers
are not working.
They're not working. Why can't you buy printers? People really want to do other things.
And the same thing. Last week we saw the Minister of on start their strike. Teachers wanted to strike, but this is not the right time for them on soon. Friday. Not soon. It is starting
on Friday.
Yeah, this week on Friday. So. This is not country. I remember in my time there was a time teachers striked for 2 months. Was it 2 months? Yeah, I was in primary school and teachers striked for 2 months. I was at home for 2 months. You can imagine. My examinations are yet to begin this Friday, but the teachers want to start their strikes. And now you have the government plead right now because there's an examination. Now it's when they want to plead. It's to pay school fee for their children, but you're not paying them, and now you want to plead with them and you want them to agree to what you're saying. But teachers will cut off their strikes of doctors striking. Not only a civil servant, every civil servant in the government.
It's like they're not. You want to tell me, like literally? I remember when I was speaking of speaking every day, but they're not reacting to it. There's always someone who is given a word. Go and tell them this to relax them down. Go and tell them this.
Were you on Twitter, Ian?
Sorry?
You know that you're on Twitter again, protesting on Twitter.
These leaders are always saying what our people, all the people are complaining about. Because there's no way you tell me you can put multi-billions of money.
On Twitter. Yes, they know you're on Twitter. They don't care that you complain on Twitter. They don't care about you complaining on Twitter, Joby. That does nothing to stop their power. So what? You're on Twitter. Oh. As Katie told you, the only thing governments respond to is you being in the streets about to overthrow them, Joby. Twitter, who gives a shit about Twitter? Yeah, I see you mad, so what?
They might not even be the one operating the account.
You know, they say, kid, look at the fire emojis. Look at the fire emojis. They are really mad. Let's do something. Let's pay their salaries. They are really mad with the fire emojis.
When you come to think of it, when you look at the African history, and we were talking like in the morning where I say that Africans, as much as we are to be blamed for many things that have been working straight 8 months, without pay, you have bills to pay, you have things to do, you have to eat.
Let me tell you something.
Because they're terrible, Joby. They're terrible, Joby. They're not in Africa to be real leaders.
And also,
the Europeans don't want a real leader in Africa, Joby. They want people that are going to manage their money.
Zimbabwe. Right now we're talking about them in Kenya. I think it's because of the mismanagement, the gross mismanagement if at all we ought to get our acts right. For example, rationalize the government. We always do say this government is way too big, and the money is going into paying people that are not even that are not deserving it. These are the same people represent the same thing, and we have the money. Kenya really is not a poor country rationalizing anything. There is a mismanagement.
It's a very rich country.
People, most people, I believe, who have the money. For example, we are the hub. We are the regional hub when it comes to landlocked. Countries such as Ethiopia, which is also landlocked. You have so many other countries. The issue is leadership. That is the biggest problem, that we do not have.
Bad leadership on purpose, Joby. It's like the great Africa has bad. And they said, why do you think the African leaders are not respected around the planet? Because they know they're not leaders. The worst leaders. Look, I want you to be objective, Joe. I want you to think outside. Think that you're not African, okay? Therefore, you go to all these African countries. Why are all these African leaders so terrible? How they the sun? People got their sons in there. They're moronic. The people are impoverished, but they live lavishly. And to also answer your question about if there was their families up in Ukraine, you damn right they would have got them out. And yes, it was the other Africans. I leave the other Africans stranded. We hate African people. I want to make that as clear as I can give it to you. Because the European always puts the most psychopathic Africans in charge of African people. And I'm not talking about just in Africa. That's also here in the United States. The people that's supposed to be African American leaders, they are the worst, most moronic, most corrupt, most fucked up individuals we would have. That's on purpose. That's how they keep their power. So I just want you to understand that. We don't have leaders in Africa.
Well, I do understand that, but we also have news and updates from Spikes and Kate.
When it comes to matters Ukraine, and I just want to share a story here which is in contrast of what is happening now in Ukraine. Right here in Africa, in Zanzibar, we do have tourists, Ukrainian tourists that had left their country and are coming to Africa, and they went into Zanzibar. Right now, of course, they cannot be able to travel back because they have space.
And when they come to Africa, aren't they treated good?
They are actually even staying in the houses. They are
always down to Tanzania. Are they treated with good and love and respect?
A whole lot. Because right now they are even staying in the hotels for free. You know, they have been extended. They have been given the best VIP treatment because their country. Yeah, they are staying in the hotels for free because they are not able. They have said that the airspace, of course, is locked because of the danger of the attacks from Russia. So they have said that Ukraine has locked its airspace. People cannot really be able to travel back. But what has happened is that the government is affording them all the help. They say the Zanzibar government is actually working with the Kenyan Ukraine consulate, because in Kenya, I don't think we have a Ukraine embassy in Tanzania, but in Zanzibar. But we have the Ukraine embassy in Kenya, which is, I think it's at Muthaiga. It's right here in Nairobi. So now they are saying that they are working very, very closely with the Kenyan embassy to Ukraine. So that they are doing everything. You know, they have extended, they are not paying right now. They do not have to pay for those hotels because the time, of course, has been extended. They are being treated with a VIP experience. You know, the full Zanzibar VIP experience.
And Africans like shit in Ukraine. See what I'm telling you about these Africans? Because about the inappropriate behavior of African people. Your behavior is inappropriate to your enemy. After they showed you their ass and how they feel about you, you turn around, yes, my daddy is everything. We're going to treat you the VIP treat. Oh my God, this shit is crazy.
So they are saying that they want to organize for them after their extended stay, because it's an extended stay. That is what they call it. It's an extended stay, and they're allowing them at the hotels and everything else. They say now they want to organize the Kenyan embassy and also have them flown to Poland, because when they are in Poland, they are much more closer and they will be able to get through the border back into Ukraine if they want to travel back into Ukraine right now. But that was a big contrast, because yesterday...
I'm so disgusted hearing that. Spikes, and I was trying to give up my Spikes, but damn, I'm gonna open up a Sprite. Damn, man, shit, I'm so disgusted.
So what you do find is inappropriate behavior, just like Dr. Cloud Anderson calls it. You know, other people are treating you like shit out there. But we are here worshipping the enemies, and I even sometimes get to wonder, do even the African know who the enemy is? Because it's one thing knowing who your enemy is, and it's another thing not even knowing. I think the African, we out there here having no idea what's going on. You have no idea you're in a war. You have no idea who the enemy is. You have no idea what the outcome will be at the end of the day. Anyway, it's
and
crazy.
Also,
yeah.
these like a
These
loss.
people have spit on African people. These people call African people niggas up there. It's all on these videos. These people say no nigga. These people say no black people. Oh my.
They said yesterday it's Ukrainian fast.
African is such at their best. This is the frustration Joby gets mad at me about. Because I can't take this shit.
They say
That you treat these people with love and respect after they treat us like shit.
And they say it's Ukrainian fast for them, and by extension, I'm saying they say it's Ukrainian fast for them. When you're trying to get on those trains, it's Ukrainian fast, and by extension, it's a white fast.
And you can't say it's the Ukrainian government, it's the Ukrainian people. People say, oh no, that's not the people, it's the government. No. You've seen the people are racist along with the government. You've seen the people stopping Africans from trying to flee out that country.
We as an African
people, not the government.
We as an African people let you get mad. We don't get even, which is a problem, because if you're getting mad, but it also has to do with the dynamics of power. Once again, if you do not have power and have no interest in yielding power, or have no interest in getting to understand how power works, then this is what you get at the end of the day. It works. It has to do with
that made me nuts. I was trying to stand for my Sprite. That made that story Sprite took me over the edge.
Katie is telling you can have alternatives instead of having Sprite. That is what Katie is telling you.
But I think these are.
I was sitting there drinking I was sitting there.
Asking in Zanzibar, they're asking white Jesus, how much longer do you want to stay in these hotels for free? That is what they're asking white Jesus in
That is a big
in
loss,
Zanzibar.
actually. That is a big loss, because I believe
how
you
much
as an
more?
African, if you go to another country and maybe something
No one
happens to your
cares.
country,
You're
you will not be let to
So
stay
just
for
they
free.
tell you go take shelter. You just go find
Go
somewhere
find
else.
shelter.
Yeah, go find somewhere else to be. They will tell you. They can tell you like the DJ. You don't have to be here. We are shutting it down, but you don't have to. What did they say? You don't have to be here, but go somewhere else. That is the way when they're shutting the clubs. There's a way they say. There's a way they say.
I can see Jerome was
Just go look for somewhere else to be.
Thank you for joining us. We also have news and updates coming from Kate.
Okay,
as well.
my story was about the strike for teachers, but this is then another news I have about it is bad news for Putin, as international hacking group hacks Russian government sites. And they are saying the Russian government has revealed that their website is being targeted by cyber attacks by some unknown people. Meanwhile, an international hacking group, Anonymous, has come out to claim that it is attacking these sites. Some Russian government websites, including the Kremlin and Ministry of Defense, have been down for the third day in a row. And okay, now this fight is even getting what do we call it? Ile media. So
Propaganda.
Propaganda. Like it is physical. Like they are fighting physical, but now they have even brought it to the internet. Like they are fighting even.
Oh, okay.
Sasa inaitangwa
Exactly.
I think I bumped into
cyberbullying. Kama cyberbullying.
Cyber attack.
Yeah.
They also want to shut down the internet. And they said, Putin, if the Russians do any kind of cyber attack on America, that's open war. See, Putin knows he can't fight America ground to ground, will destroy his ass. So that makes sense. He already put the nuclear code, or he already took the keys. He said, we'll nuke the shit out of America. Don't come. Because a ground war, America would destroy Russia. We rock Russian ass like warm butter. He knows that. But he's got a nuclear weapon. So that's what he said. I got the nuclear bombs all ready to go. Don't try to do nothing, America. Because he can't fight the ground war with America. America, even though we're a fallen empire, there's no country on the planet, a real war, that can fight America.
But aren't they?
We'll rip through Russia like warm butter.
Aren't they also brought to the table by the Rothschild and Rockefeller? Aren't they under the command? Aren't they brought to the table by the Russians and the US? I believe they've taken also orders are from they are under the control of the Rothschild and Rockefeller. So,
It didn't work, Spike, because they're now selling cocaine. Cocaine, the second largest city. They're killing civilians. Like,
yeah.
tell Joe to pull up, say, tell Joe to pull up, say, Russians heavy bombing in Kharkiv or Kharkov. KHARCOIB or
KIV.
CHARKIB or KOB. Somebody.
Bombing in KH.
This is throwing me back to my Sprite. I'm sorry, sweet Jesus. I'm trying to understand.
ARKIV. Try that, yeah. Start.
I blame Katie. They're looking like a young Winnie Mandela. she told me to drink Sprite.
You cannot blame Winnie Mandela for any of your Sprite drinking habits.
I know. I'm trying to blame somebody for my damn shenanigans drinking Sprite. I don't want
did it come up? The images or something? I don't know if it's a video.
There's a video.
Okay. Yeah, so Zelensky received standing ovation at European Parliament. Okay, scroll down, complete. Hold down, scroll down.
So you got heavy shelling now from the Russians.
Yeah, they have videos here in
but like I said,
yeah.
but it's not,
Video
Americans stay out of it. Don't they got nuclear weapons, nothing we can do. That's a family affair. They all Russian shit. Sadly enough, America can see
Will they blame Whoopi Goldberg if she says this has nothing to do with our race? You know, like as she said, say this has nothing to do with the race. Keep it moving. Yeah.
That's what you that's when fake Jews were created. That was Gloria. That was the Empire of Pennsylvania. That's when you got when you see Israel, the new Khazaria. These are the fake Jews. That's where they came from. That area, like
she will
thousand
say.
Years ago.
Yeah, she will say. That's a house thing. That's a family thing. Just it's nothing to do with the rest. Just keep it going. And maybe, but I was just wondering if at all Zelensky was to surrender, it might end. But I don't see him as Zelensky surrendering. But I think if he was to, what they want is having their own government in Ukraine, right? That is what they are trying to have.
No, Who wants the country back?
That is what I'm saying. He wants to have his own government. Yeah.
He wants the whole country back.
So he wants to put in place his own
puppets.
puppets.
Never really enough country. It was always part of Russia. Yeah, they never was really a free country until the Soviet Union broke up. He wants it back because America's been massing weapons on the border to invade them again. The thing was to overthrow Russia again. He knows that. So he's like, nah, y'all not gonna use Ukraine as no staging ground
For Russia.
to overthrow me.
For Russia.
Because he knows. Yes, he knows the ground war. Russia can't beat a ground war with America. Like they would lose. They can't beat a ground war. So, but they got nukes. That's why the Chinese got nukes. But those nukes are given to them by the Rothschilds when they control Russia and China. But there's no country, a real ground war, there's no country in the world that can fight America in no ground war. A ground war will destroy Russia. He knows that.
What happened?
Will destroy Russia. Will destroy Russia.
No, I'm just asking what happened with the Taliban, because the Taliban were not squashed to the ground the other day.
Man, that was a real war. That was on their police. That was like that wasn't an all-out war. Like they were just trying to do police action so they could steal poppy seeds out of it. That wasn't like an all-out world war where America says, okay, this is all out. That was never called a war, Spike. America hasn't really been in a war since 1942. World War II, an all-out war that America puts all its forces in there and says, if America went to war against Afghanistan to wipe it out, those are like called police actions. not a real war. Like a world war, like everything is all gold. All
But
war.
I think,
you know, America never, we never got no food prices stop like a war here in America. They never declared war in Afghanistan.
For Ukraine, I think it might end up with either Zelensky fleeing the country and going into exile, or him surrendering. Mostly, he might go into exile in whatever other country, Poland or.
I don't know. They put up a hell of a fight. We'll see.
He might.
They put up a hell of a fight. We'll see. I don't know what's happening. As long as America said, like I said, you see, the last real war America was in was World War II. That was when we declared war. These other things like Vietnam, Korea, these are like police action, fake wars. It wasn't an all-out war. America goes to all-out war when the country commits all-out war. Said we're going to war. A war is a war, a real war. You know, you're talking about war means not taking cities, wiping out a country, wiping it out, but going in and kill every motherfucking man, woman, and child up in there. We're gonna wipe it out. That's a war.
For
In
Russia.
Afghanistan, they were just trying to gain control and pacify the people, take control of the property, just pacify the people, and put their comfort in it.
For Russia also in
They had to keep fighting people because Afghanistan wouldn't allow their prophet rule.
For Russia, it's the authoritarian rule. I don't think it's like Russia is or Vladimir Putin is like a lifetime leader. It's like China, where we also have him being like a lifetime leader. We not have like Biden. Biden will go out of office in the next. For Putin, he has an advantage because for him, his country, he gets to he's a last authority. Or like with China, Xi Jinping will be there for like the next even 20 years. If you want to be there, he will still be there for like the next 20 years. So like that also.
Everybody thinks that China and Russia are friends. No, they're only mutual friends because China still believes half of Russia belongs to it. Because Chinese consider themselves part Mongol. So we already know about Genghis Khan. Like Russia was what? The Mongolian Empire, not Russia. So China still says that part of Russia belongs to them. And the only reason why China has never invaded Russia is because of those nuclear weapons. Because China could easily overrun Russia as well. But they haven't because of the nuke. Because China has always laid claim to the big parts of Russia. Because you know, as I showed you, taught you, that was the Mongolian Empire's fight. That belonged to the Asian. That never belonged to white people. That's only recent that you got Russia as a country. That was always Asian land up there. And that's what the Chinese study. That we invade Russia anytime we fucking want. And the Russians, yeah, come on, motherfucker. You got these nukes for your ass.
No one will try.
That's why world history. That's why world history is so important to know. Because Russia is a new country, right? Russia's only been around 500 years. That's it.
No one will try to do anything when the nukes are actually on the table. But anyhow, we almost are getting to winning up.
Yes, family. Thank you so much for being with us. The video has refused to play, but I do hope that Spikes will be able to share with you later.
Yeah, I'll share it on the other
it has refused to play. But thank you so much, family, for being with us. Thank you, Sister Michelle. Thank you, Gerald Mosquito. Thank you, Keith, for also being with us on today's broadcast. And also thank you, Kate and Spikes, for contributing.
Shout out to Katie, the freedom fighter of South Africa. Amanda! I forget what they said in South Africa. What did my dad say? Amanda! Amanda!
Like I don't ask Katie what they say.
I don't speak Zulu, damn it.
Exactly. Don't destroy the South African language trying to
the accent.
You're butchering.
Damn you, Joey.
You're butchering their slogans. You're butchering their slogans.
But much love, family. Thank you so much for being with us. Catch us tomorrow at the same time, the same place. This has been the Rhythm Scoop Show. For now, I want to say karibuni with this amazing jam, and I'll just continue with this, the one that I was playing about Major. So see you tomorrow, same time, same place. I've been your host, Joby. I'm out.
And thank you so much, family, for being with us. It's always a delight. Also, for supporting the Blackwood Fire Network. Remember, you can head over to the network. It's www.blackoutfirenetwork.com. Once you are on there, feel free to engage and also interact with the rest of the family. You can simply do so by clicking on the social tab on the network, also write into us, blackwoodafrica@gmail.com, or you can also write to Keith. And also we shall get your comments, your suggestions, your queries.
Scoop Show. Yeah. I wish you okay, enjoy the rest of the day. See you tomorrow, same time, same place. My name is Katie.